Ever seen a bike lineup that's about to flip the script completely? 2026 isn't just another model year. It's a revolution wrapped in fairings and knobbies. We're talking adventure bikes that'll make your current ride look like a museum piece, electric machines that smoke gas bikes off the line, and some surprises that'll have you questioning everything you thought you knew about motorcycles. Stick around because number 7, dead simple engineering that's about to embarrass the big boys. But first, let's start with a brand that's been quietly building an empire while everyone else was making noise. Aprilia. Aprilia's already nailed it with the RS 457 and Tuono 457. Perfect balance of performance and practicality. But here's the kicker. They're not done. Not even close. Tuareg 457 adventure bike is coming. And it's not just wishful thinking or forum speculation. Spy shots from Tunisia show them flogging this thing through deserts like it owes them money. They've registered a 450 for the Africa Eco Race. That's serious business. Same bulletproof 457 parallel twin that's been winning hearts. 47 horses of pure A2 friendly fury. But wrapped in adventure gear that won't nickel and dime you. Think about it. The 660 Tuareg costs serious money. Around $11,000 out the door. This 457 version? It's going to democratize adventure riding. Rally navigation tower that screams, "I mean business." Twin pod headlights ready to slice through darkness. Tall windscreen. Front beak that looks ready to fight mountains. 21-inch front wheel with long travel suspension that'll soak up everything from potholes to boulders. This isn't a poser bike pretending to be tough. The small capacity adventure market is exploding faster than a two-stroke on race gas. Royal Enfield's Himalayan 450, selling like hotcakes at $5,500. KTM's 390 Adventure making waves at $6,800. Aprilia's about to crash this party with Italian swagger and engineering that actually works. Ever heard of perfect timing? This is it. Coming up next, German engineering that's about to rewrite the rulebook with something that's never been done before. BMW. BMW's cooking up something that's never been done before. F450 GS with a 125-degree firing interval. Never been done on a motorcycle. Most parallel twins fire at 360 or 180 degrees. BMW said, "Screw convention," and went with 125. Why? Because it creates power delivery that's smoother than butter, but with more character than your average twin. It's like having your cake and eating it too. 48 horsepower to keep it A2 compliant. Target weight around 385 pounds. That's lighter than most bikes in this class by a country mile. Magnesium components keeping things featherweight. 6-speed transmission that shifts like silk. Multiple ride modes for every situation. Cornering ABS that'll save your bacon. 17-inch rear, 19-inch front. Cast wheels for road warriors. Spokes for dirt demons. BMW's covering all the bases. It looks like a baby GS. And if BMW's track record means anything, it'll ride like one too. Planted, confident, capable of eating miles without complaint. Electronics package that puts some superbikes to shame. TFT display with smartphone connectivity. Dynamic traction control. Quick shifter. Adjustable suspension. Expected price, around $8,500. That's serious value for German engineering. But that's not all BMW's working on. The concept RR could hint at the next S1000 RR. The R20 concept might spawn something bigger than the R18. BMW's not just making bikes anymore. They're making statements. And speaking of statements, wait until you see what a British brand that's been dead and buried more times than a horror movie villain is cooking up. BSA. BSA's back from the dead with the B65 Scrambler. Built on that 650 single from the Gold Star.
60 with 95.
But this time with serious Scrambler swagger that'll make you forget all about their troubled past. Big front wheel, knobby tires, high mudguard, 2-into-1 exhaust that'll wake the neighbors 3 blocks over. Side number boards like a proper desert racer. Punchy paint schemes. High wide handlebars that say, "Adventure starts here." The Gold Star runs between $7,500 and $8,500. This Scrambler? Probably around $9,000. That's serious value for a proper British Scrambler. Not some wannabe with Scrambler stickers slapped on plastic fairings. The Scrambler market is hotter than asphalt in July right now. BSA's jumping in with both feet. But if you think that's impressive, wait until you hear what the Italians are doing with 200 horsepower. Ducati. Ducati's on a mission to put their new V2 engine in everything that moves. Already moved the Multistrada, Panigale, and Street Fighter. More power, better efficiency, cleaner emissions. Now everything else gets the treatment. Monster V2 spotted testing. More relaxed ergonomics than the Street Fighter, but still packing that punchy V2 punch. But here's where it gets spicy. That new 890cc V2 engine weighs just 120 pounds. How the hell did they pull that off? Hollow valve stems, thin inner walls, aluminum cylinder liners, engineering wizardry that borders on black magic. 90-degree layout kills vibrations dead. Variable timing gives you 70% of torque at just 3,000 RPM. That's not just impressive. That's physics-bending, tire-shredding brilliance. Desert X-Fi 2 is coming. Same adventure capability, modern engine efficiency. World Superbike homologation Panigale V4R with dual-sided swing arm. Full race DNA flowing through carbon fiber veins. And the Diavel V4 RS? Hold onto your helmet and pray to whatever deity you believe in. Current Diavel makes 170 horses with the Gran Turismo 5.4. But the RS gets the full Desmo valve treatment from the Panigale. We're talking 200+ horsepower in a power cruiser. That's not transportation. That's a weapon with license plates. Oh, and they're working on an automatic clutch system tied into launch control for even quicker acceleration. Because apparently 200 horsepower wasn't enough. But if you think Ducati's pushing boundaries, wait until you see what Honda's doing with 3 cylinders and forced induction. Honda's thinking so far outside the box they can't even see the box anymore. V3 engine with electric compressor, 3 cylinders in a V layout. Never been done in production. But Honda's not stopping there. Electric compressor for forced induction. No intercooler needed. More compact than anything else out there. 75-degree V3. Water-cooled. Estimated 750 to 800 cc displacement. Double overhead cam with 4 valves per cylinder. The electric compressor controls intake air compression independently of engine RPM. High response torque, even at low RPM. It's like having a turbo that works instantly. Honda's senior management has actually ridden working prototypes at their factories in Japan. This isn't concept car nonsense. This is real. But the big news? 30 electric models by 2030. And can we talk about the elephant in the room? All those AI channels claiming Honda's making a 650 Africa twin? Complete bollocks. Here's how it works. Some AI channel generates a fake image, fake script, fake voice. Then Google's AI picks it up and suddenly everyone thinks it's real. But check actual sources. Patents, emissions filings, spy shots, nothing. It's digital garbage polluting the information stream. That glowing red thing on your screen? Yeah, that's the subscribe button. Hit it now, because what's coming next will change how you think about naked bikes forever. Kawasaki. Kawasaki's bringing back the Z1000. But this time as the Z1100 with the bigger inline 4 from the Versys and Ninja SX. 1,099 cubic centimeters, making 134 horsepower at 9,000 RPM. 83 pound-feet of torque at 7,600 RPM. California Air Resources Board leaked this one. Same emissions certification as the Versys and Ninja. It's happening. 6-speed transmission, top speed of 153 miles per hour. Dual-channel ABS, traction control, color TFT dash that actually works in sunlight. Expected price? Around $12,500. That's competitive with the Honda Hornet. And there's more. New 500 adventure bike teased at EICME. twin-engine, KLE badge. Another player in that booming small adventure space. Kawasaki's always been the brand for riders who want something different. The Z1000 comeback proves they're doubling down on that identity. But speaking of comebacks, you won't believe what financial troubles are doing to one Austrian manufacturer. KTM. KTM's having a rough year financially. Production pauses, cash flow problems, uncertainty everywhere. But assuming they sort their house out, 2026 could be massive. All those bikes they announced last year? 1,390 Super Adventure, 1,390 Super Duke GT, 990 Duke, 990 RCR. None built yet. But there's hope. 690 Adventure spotted testing. Looks properly off-road focused. Direct-to-near 700 competitor at around $10,500. And they might go electric with an E-Duke prototype. About 125 cubic centimeter equivalent performance. KTM's always been the scrappy underdog. If anyone can bounce back stronger, it's them. Because here's the thing about KTM. They don't make boring bikes. Ever. Coming up. Italian style meets modern performance in a way that'll surprise you. Moto Guzzi. Moto Guzzi's getting in on that 457 action. Same Piaggio group as Aprilia, so why not share the wealth? Retro-styled alternative to the Tuono 457. Spotted testing with proper sporty running gear. Monoshock, upside-down forks, radial brakes. It'll handle like the Aprilia, but look like classic Guzzi. Expected price around $8,000. That's serious value for Italian engineering and style. The engine cases look thoroughly modern though. Purists might not love it. But for everyone else, Italian style with modern performance. This 457 project could be exactly what Moto Guzzi needs to find its place in the modern world. You've probably never heard of what's coming next, but once you know, you'll start hunting. Norton. Norton's story is more complicated than a soap opera. British brand, Indian owners trying to find their way. The V4 models are stunning but expensive. Really expensive. They're hoping to introduce a V4 model to India before 2025 ends. About $50,000 for a bike. More interesting? Small capacity Norton in the 300 to 400 cc range. Unfortunately, still a couple years off. But it shows they're thinking beyond the ultra-premium segment. A small Norton could change everything. Accessible pricing, classic styling, modern reliability. But if you want accessible pricing right now, the next brand has been perfecting that formula for decades. Royal Enfield. Royal Enfield's always got something cooking in their Chennai kitchen. The big news? They're boosting those 650 twins to 750. Interceptor 750, Continental GT 750, maybe even a Himalayan 750. All spotted testing. That extra 100cc doesn't sound like much, but it could transform these bikes. More torque down low, better top-end pull. The 750cc twin stays air oil cooled like the current 650. Dual front brake discs, improved suspension. Launch timeline between 2026 and 2027. Expected pricing around $6,500 for the Interceptor 750. There's also talk of a 250cc hybrid engine with CF Moto. And the Flying Flea electric bike is finally hitting production at around $4,500. Royal Enfield knows their lane. Classic looks, modern reliability, prices that don't require a second mortgage. The 750 twins could be perfect. More power, same character. But while Royal Enfield evolves gradually, one Japanese brand is taking baby steps. Suzuki. Suzuki's been quieter than a library lately. Only development? Variable valve timing for their 250cc single. Currently used in the Gixxer 250 and V-Strom 250. It's not sexy tech. Won't make headlines. but it's the kind of engineering that makes bikes better without making them more expensive. Suzuki's always been about practical solutions. Sometimes that's exactly what the market needs. Coming up next, British engineering that could steal the middleweight crown. Triumph. Triumph's playing with their 400 single like a kid with Legos. Baby Thruxton spotted testing. Another scrambler variant. Unfortunately, most seem India only. But the real excitement? Trident 800. The 660 is already brilliant. Easy to ride, comfortable, still fun when you want it. But with that 798 cubic centimeter triple from the Tiger Sport 800, that could be pure magic. 113 horsepower at 10,700 RPM, 61.9 pound-feet of torque at 8,500 RPM, 90% of peak torque, available throughout the mid-range. That means instant throttle response. No waiting for the power to arrive. Expected price around $10,500. That's competitive with everything in the class. Sometimes the best upgrades are the obvious ones. Triumph's got a winner if they pull the trigger. But what if you want something even more exotic? The next brand has patents that'll blow your mind. Yamaha. Yamaha's working on a V4 for MotoGP. No word on production bikes, but you never know. Yamaha's always been good at translating race tech to the street. More interesting? They've patented a turbo system for the CP3 Triple. That engine's already lively and joyous. A turbo version? Pure entertainment wrapped in Japanese reliability. Imagine the MT-09 with forced induction, or the Tracer 900 with turbo grunt for mountain passes. Yamaha's always been about the rider experience. A turbo CP3 could take that to another level. The bigger picture. But here's what's really exciting. The dark horses nobody's talking about. CF Moto's making waves. Chinese engineering, European styling, prices that make the Japanese nervous. Zero's electric bikes are getting serious. The SR/S is already a proper sport bike that happens to be electric. The motorcycle industry is changing faster than a quick shifter. Electric is coming whether we like it or not. Chinese manufacturers getting better every year. The brands that adapt will thrive. The ones that don't? Well, ask Buell how that worked out. What this means for riders. So what does all this mean for riders like you and me? More choice. Better bikes. Lower prices. The small adventure segment is exploding. BMW, Aprilia, Kawasaki, Royal Enfield, everyone wants a piece. Electric is getting real. Not just for commuting, but for proper riding. Traditional manufacturers fighting back. Honda's V3 engine, Yamaha's turbo patents, Ducati's automatic clutch. They're not giving up without a fight. And the best part? Most of these bikes will be more reliable than ever. Personal picks. If I had to pick my top 3 most exciting bikes from this list, number 3, BMW's F450 GS. That 125-degree firing interval is genuinely innovative. If it works, it could change how we think about parallel twins. Number 2, Ducati Diavel V4 RS. 200-plus horsepower in a power cruiser is just bonkers, completely unnecessary and absolutely brilliant. Number 1, Aprilia Tuareg 457. This could be the bike that gets a whole new generation into adventure riding. Affordable, capable, accessible. Sometimes the most important bikes aren't the most exciting ones. But honestly, they're all exciting in their own way. Even the ones that seem boring on paper could surprise us. That's the beauty of motorcycles. They're never just about the specs on paper. Reality check. Now, reality check time. Not all of these bikes will make it to production. Some will get canceled, some will get delayed, some will arrive looking nothing like the spy shots. Prices will probably be higher than we hope. Availability will be patchy. Some markets will get everything, others will get scraps. And some of these bikes will be brilliant on paper, but disappointing on the road. It happens. But that's okay. Because even if half of these bikes make it to market, 2026 is going to be an incredible year for motorcycling. The future's looking brighter than LED headlights. So there you have it. 2026 is going to be absolutely mental. Small adventure bikes taking over like they own the place. Electric getting serious enough to worry gas bikes. Established players fighting back harder than ever. Revolutionary engine technology that'll make your current bike feel ancient. Competition heating up like summer asphalt. Which one has you most excited? That BMW F450 GS with its weird firing interval? The Ducati Diavel RS with 200+ horsepower? Maybe Royal Enfield's 750 Twins? Or Honda's revolutionary V3 engine? Drop a comment and let me know. I read every single one, and your feedback shapes what we cover next. The future of motorcycling isn't just coming, it's already here in spy shots and patents and concept halls. And honestly, it looks pretty damn good. That glowing red thing on your screen? Yeah, that's the subscribe button. Hit it if you want more insider scoops on what's coming next. Until next time, ride smart and stay curious.